Hi, my name is Maxine Samone. I'm here to share a touch of Venus with you. And I had some downloads come through. They're kind of different. I feel like the energy of Kali Ma coming through, but not in her destroyer energy, in a different energy. And I'm going to pull from the Kali Ma deck. Okay. But you know what came through? I have my own personal experience with Kali Ma. And one thing that I love so many things about, like, being in her energy, working with her energy. But the different forms that she comes in is so beautiful to me. And I actually had an experience with Kali Ma with plant medicine. And it was related to a divine masculine. And it was interesting because I'm not going to talk a lot about that specific experience. It just brought to my attention that person just recently as well. But even past that, Noop Talk gave me a download because I was just like, somehow, some way, I know you guys have been seeing Noop Talk with like Boss Van Delo's new song. Well, it's not new, but his song, and it has like a slower beat, and now all these noops are doing their like dance, you know what I'm saying? And all the girls are going crazy in the comments, you know what I'm saying? I can't lie, I'm a fan of Noob Talk, but so at the same time, I'm like, why? It makes me wonder, why are we attracted to this? Like, because there's just something so mesmerizing about people dancing just in general, but like Noob Talk got me thinking about, like, it's the slow, deliberate eye contact, you know, kind of thing. They literally be saying like, if she looked, she took, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I think that's what we're drawn to, everyone, because obviously we have the women's, you know, the sororities and the line dances, you know, everyone is mesmerized when people dance. And I connect this to Kali Ma because I just remember one of the things that I learned about her that I loved is that even as the ego slayer with the swords and all of that, she's dancing the whole time. I just imagine her like on her tippy toes, like even in her destructive, you know, kind of thing, she's dancing and doing it, you know what I'm saying? And the whole life is a play, life is a dance. People, the Aztecs say that life is a play. This is Maya. And at one point in life, you are sitting in the audience watching life happen, and then it's like you switch over and you're like the main character, you know, and you're understanding that life is a play and that it's to be enjoyed, all these things, right? Sometimes there's even the sacred drama, you know, of life where, you know, shit is just happening, but it's all a part of the play, right? And then it brings me to even that train of thought. It's just like, I don't know, it brings you to a state of acceptance of how beautiful the dance of life is. And it also brings me to some of my own personal memories of me being so afraid to dance. Hi. I literally was so shy growing up. I feel like I'm not as shy now. I'll do a little 1-2 step, you know what I'm saying? But usually it's fueled with a few shots. I don't drink nearly as much as I used to. But I definitely, even like during homecoming, I cried because my date for homecoming was much more outgoing. He was the type to like get in the middle of the dance floor and be dancing, and he tried to pull me in the middle. I literally almost had a nervous breakdown because I was like, I am so scared for people to look at me, to be perceived, because you can't control people's perception, especially if you're in your body and you're dancing, you know? So it's like, I've always had something about that, and I feel like that's kind of being released for me personally, but I think it's so beautiful, and why people are so mesmerized by people that have rhythm, that can dance, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I don't have rhythm. I do have rhythm. I have been worried about people's perceptions, okay? We're not going to get into me, okay? We're just going to talk about the downloads. But yeah, Noop Talk gave me a download this morning, and I was like, I'm not going to lie, I enjoy Noop Talk. And I wasn't enjoying Noop talk from the instance of like, because at the same time I'm like, I'm a full-blown millennial right now, and we're in our older, we're getting up there in age now, and it's not entertaining for me to see people in like early college years, you know what I'm saying? Like, but the first person I saw was like this doctor, you know. I was just like, okay, you know. Oh, they even have like a part of their little thing, they do this symbol, and that's what sparked my mind about Kali Ma, and like the slow dancing, the deliberate dancing, the continued, the eye contact. Also, that's something I just picture her doing. It's a beautiful thing. Anyway, I'm also being plagued with downloads about love in the air, you know. So sacred drama may be a thing that we discuss more, but I feel like love is so, it's just in the air right now. I don't know how else to put it. It's so potent right now. It feels like there's so much floating around about reconciliation between my own downloads. I feel like so many readings I've done on here the past like week and a half, 2 weeks have been about love and relationships, reconciliation, but also I don't know if my algorithm is attuning to what I'm saying or what, but I'm seeing it all over the place, you know. So we're gonna just see what comes out, but I definitely want to pull from the Kali Ma deck because I do think that she was making an appearance. I forgot to mention too, obviously, if you're watching this on TikTok, thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing time with me, and, you know, participating in the conversation in real time. This will also be shared, if I can get my words out, to YouTube. And I would love it if you subscribe there. And if you would like a personal reading, you can always send me a message, or I'm definitely not going to reach out to you. So anybody that is impersonating me, reaching out to you, I'm never going to do that. Ever, you know. And everything can be booked in the link in my bio or the description box below, wherever you're seeing this. Okay, that's all the little announcements. Let's get to it. You don't need to even pray. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, higher beings of light, and unconditional love, divine mother, divine father, what are the best and highest messages for the collective? What do they need to hear, not what they want to hear? There we go, and the cards want to fly out there. So we have 4th house roots in the reverse. 8th house endings and beginnings. That just gives me Kali Ma vibes. Sorry, my nose just started itching. And then we have Gemini. I think Gemini represents the Lover's card. Are we getting into the love again? And then we have Neptune, sacrifice, kind of in a challenge position. Interesting. And then we have Jupiter return, benefits on the bottom of the deck. Someone, something is returning. I think that someone is in deep regret, but also I'm getting, obviously, that the foundation was not stable with the 4th house in reverse. But that is exactly why it ended. And I think that with Gemini here, there's a realization, there's some thought process, some deep psyche going, like deep mental work going on in the psyche, where I think they're seeing past some kind of illusion of like whatever barriers they had. I don't know, they're kind of breaking through them. Whatever distractions were in their life at the time, they're breaking through them. I feel like this is all happening very, I always use the damn word ethereal. I need to like find a synonym. But like, it feels like it's happening up here. That's why you're probably picking up on it. Yes, that is exactly what's happening actually. Because look at, these two people are at a distance. Are they actually touching fingers? No, they're not touching in real life. I don't know if you can see that. There's space between them. But then we have, if you look closer, we have two people up here. Do you see them looking at each other? There's a face right here and there's a face right here. That's exactly what's happening. Something ended in the physical and you guys are connecting in the 5D. We've been saying this for a while. I would say for the past week or so, I've been giving you as many updates as I can regarding this. Not just that, but I feel like there is a maturity, something coming to maturity. In this card too, it's hard to see. I think it was more of a vision of my own. In this 8th house card, I don't know, these swirls of red, they kind of looked like roses. And I was going to mention roses because I was thinking about emotional alchemy and like the rose lineage and Mary Magdalene and all of that. It kind of popped into my head. And then we have this maiden card here with the rose. So I feel like there's just been deep emotional work that has been happening, that maybe you guys have been like helping each other through, even not being in one another's lives. But yeah, 4 cards came out exactly, so we're going to flip through these as needed. Someone's very focused on you. Very focused. Like laser focused. You know what I'm saying? Laser focused on you. And they're trying to turn this, what feels like a bittersweet ending. Maybe is what happened. Maybe it happened suddenly. Especially if we have the energy of Kali Ma kind of surrounding this connection. It could have happened like this. One day you're good, one day you're not. You know what I'm saying? Because it needed to be removed. And I think that the shock to the system is what brings the ego death. So she works kind of in a very destructive manner, but is always in your best interest. So I feel like there's a sweetness that's trying to come from this connection now. I feel like this person is so laser focused on you because it's like, if you look at these cards together, they're coming in and it's like reaching for this rose again. So I don't know. I feel like you may be into the feminine mysteries, emotional alchemy, Mary Magdalene, connecting with the heart space, really stepping into your divinity, because like I said, on the bottom of the deck, we have here this maturing of the maiden. And what I say, we have the womb coming out next. They're thinking about a lot of things. They're thinking about, I feel like they're thinking about a lot of things that can be interpreted in many ways, right? But I feel like more than any sensual, sexual innuendos, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this person really wants to create with you. I feel like, I don't know if your womb space is kind of like going through a clearing. Maybe you're like going through like a celibacy thing, which is like what kickstarted. It's like a sent a signal out to this person. That's what it kind of feels like, because it's interesting how we have Gemini here and then we have the womb, because if you actually, on a physical level, if you look at the structure of your vocal cords that sends out frequency signals, right? It's actually a direct mirror of what your uterus looks like. So the manifestation powers that your throat chakra has are very similar, if not the same, of the manifestation abilities of your womb space, you know? So I feel like this is interesting because I feel like you're sending out a signal to this person, or vice versa. I don't know. It's like you guys are, again, you're not here in the physical, but it's definitely some kind of signal being sent out, maybe by the words that you're using. And again, you being what feels like divine feminine, or, you know, deeply connected to spirit, if you are into like this rose lineage, or, you know, remembering who you are, all of these things, it feels like you're a channel. So you may not even realize that you're using particular words or keywords or posts or things like that. Like, the more confirmation bird, you might be saying things that are like I don't know, just like putting out a signal, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe when they go look at your page or something, you said something, or they're watching you, and the words that you're using, the frequency that you're sending out is like, okay, it's time, you know, because it feels like this person is very much coming in. And then we have the Bardo. This is an interesting one to end for the Sacrifice card. This one's throwing me for a loop, I'm not going to lie. We're going to clarify this. We have lots of skulls here. Again, very much Kali Ma energy. She wears the skulls around her neck, you know, representing her defeating the demons, or defeating her own inner demons, or that's how I interpret that story, at least. There's a story of her, there was like a tyrant kind of king or a ruler, and he was like employing all these like monsters, demons, and the way that mankind was just kind of like taking over, you know what I'm saying? And the women and children were those in charge of creation. It was getting out of balance. So Kali Ma comes in, and she's the demon slayer, the ego killer, all those things. She slays all of them. The caveat in that story is that if you let those heads hit the ground again, then they'll reappear or multiply or something like that. So she wears the skulls around her neck, even though that makes her look very scary to other people. It's like accepting what it looks like to be on this journey, to have slain your own demons, right? So I feel like that maybe that's what it is. You know, it's like accepting what it looks like. If this person accepting this journey, kind of getting past pride, getting past feeling like they have to sacrifice their own heart because they were afraid maybe at one point to slay their demons or whatever. I'm just fighting my demons. Y'all are both fighting your demons, okay? And it probably looked real crazy. You know, if you're a part of my collective, it probably looked real crazy. But I do think that there is a seeing you past what's happening on the surface. I think that this person actually does see you, like actually sees you, like sees your soul, because it's interesting. We have the Neptune Sacrifice card, and this person's eyes are closed, but then there's a big ass eyeball right here, and kind of being able to see everything that's going on with you, you know? Said that's why I really don't want him to come back. Yes, I could understand that. I could definitely understand that. I feel like what's interesting about these kind of connections is that what you don't want to look at, this is that card. What you don't want to look at is exactly what you need to look at. It's your demons being reflected back to you. You know what I'm saying? They may not play out exactly the way that you interpret it, but for instance, say somebody is avoidant, or say that you have an issue with grounding certain things in your life. You may come across somebody that's avoidant, and then there's a self-sabotage aspect to that connection because they are avoidant, similar to how in other areas of your life you may have a hard time with grounding certain things or being committed to certain goals or whatever. You become avoidant, you become a runner. And so there are certain things that I feel like are reflected in this connection that you didn't want to look at, or they didn't want to look at. And now it's like you guys see each other so clearly. What stood out to me too is that this particular horse is a dark horse, you know? So I wouldn't say it's like a bad thing that they're a dark horse, but it's like the shadow aspect. And I believe Venus just moved into Scorpio, or it will be moving into Scorpio, one of those. And this is your shadow coming back to be accepted, just like any other aspect of yourself. Being loved, being accepted does not mean that you have to settle for less, does not mean that you have to, you know, everybody has free will. But it feels like you guys are very much still connected though. Maybe when you guys were connected in the physical too, there was some kind of activation through your physical body, you know what I'm saying, with the womb space. You might have activated this person. You might have been their catalyst in their awakening. It's different when you be doing the do with your person, you know what I'm saying, with your divine person. It's very different than it's like who? Oh, everybody else doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I see the Knight of Swords. I'm telling you, there's communication coming in. I don't know when. I keep getting different timelines because I am doing collective readings. So it's like, damn. I feel like it's coming in quickly, though. Well, cards just went everywhere. I feel like you guys have definitely had past lives together. I see 5-5. I see there's grief. I see there's a battle. Yeah, there's a lot to process here. They're really trying to move away from this. They're really, really wanting to move away from all the extras, you know. I don't know, Spirit, what does this collective need to know? Because I feel like sometimes it makes me not want to get on here to do readings if it's the repetitive messages, you know, but I do feel like there's more development, like with the downloads that I was getting, and maybe it's just getting closer to the time frame, obviously, because I mean, time is passing by, right? But it's like, I don't know, I feel like this is really important. Like, we have the High Priestess. You know that this is coming in. You know that, like, I don't know why Spirit is making it so, like, this is important, you know, or else they wouldn't be saying the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? Especially not to me. I personally, I feel like me and my Spirit team, and this is going to make you very happy. We have the sun right here. Very happy, you know? Yes. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying that for the people in the comments. But yes, I feel like I can't make this shit up. Literally, as I'm splitting the deck, we have a new start to, like, Spirit is, and I just got chills. Like, this is a very important message. This is why it keeps coming out, like, over and over and over again. So I feel like they're just really trying to get you prepared to let that hate out your heart. We have the star here. Healing. I don't even feel like it's hate in your heart. It's just, you know, these were heavy emotions. We saw the 5 of Cups. We saw the 5 of Wands. What wanted to come out but didn't come out. Damn, and it flew all the way over there. Like, right out of my hand. It doesn't even want to get picked up. 4 of Wands. This is a twin flame connection. I don't even like using those words for real. But the way that you guys are apart, coming together, apart, mirroring each other's shadows. It's a difficult connection to ground. 10 of Pentacles, literally on the bottom of the deck. Like, damn. This is really cute. Whoever this is for. Past life together. 6 of Cups. He said, I'm sorry, I just can't with him. Baby girl. 5 of Pentacles and the Empress. They're like, you need to prepare yourself to receive. Because the Empress is ready to receive. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the 5 of Wands coming out again. You still have, I feel like if this reading is resonating in any way, I feel like that is an indication that there's still things to work on when it comes to being able to receive this in your life. But I do feel like this is giving all good vibes. You know, this is giving someone that has taken accountability, that is very focused on you, focused on rebuilding a new foundation, being honest with each other about how both parties, you know, played a part in where where the connection ended up and being honest about what you guys actually desire moving forward, you know? You can't make it up. A love offer is coming in. A love offer is coming in. And look at, it's a balanced love offer because we have the white horse here now and then we have the dark horse. They're putting together a plan, okay? They're putting a plan together. They're manifesting sweetness, sweet restart, because we have this clarifying the magician. The magician is clarifying this 8th house, endings and beginnings, and the nectar. They want a sweet new beginning. They don't want to bring the past into the future. They want to take accountability. They want to address the shadows. But I feel like this conversation, I had mentioned a reading, I don't remember if it was about reconciliation, but I said shaking off the roots of a plant and putting it in water, you know, so there's like, you can see clearly the roots and they're getting cleansed. That's what it kind of feels like. They're trying to move on to a more peaceful reality with you. They're trying to create peace. That's all they want. They want peace. They're like, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm not trying to fight with you. I recognize who you are in my life. I recognize what role you play in my life and what role I play in your life. I recognize that we are literally divine counterparts. Oh my goodness. The 6 of Cups on the bottom of the deck again. I just heard like an oldie song. I can't remember exactly what the song is, but something about please don't give your love away. Some shit like that. But it feels like they are, with the moon in reverse, it's like something has been revealed to them. Again, like I feel like if you've been working on healing your womb space, your sacral, you know, it's like a frequency has been emitted, or like the way that you're speaking is like, it sent out a signal and it like dispelled some kind of illusion. It was like, oh, boom. This person's like, oh shit, like, you know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the pieces started clicking. Hold on, I saw some comments. You said, oh no, you're too good. Yes. Thank you. But it's like, they are literally like, please don't get with somebody else again. You know what I'm saying? Like, please don't. Like, I know who I am now. You know what I'm saying? I know who I am. I know who you are. You know who you are. Like, please don't share your energy with anyone else. I feel like I said, if you have been on this thing about womb healing or like celibacy or something, once you declared that, it was like it sent out a frequency to the universe, and this person, I just feel like their body caught the signal, you know? He says, too late, I can forgive, but I can't be with him. I mean, there is always that, as you say that, I can't ignore the cards. The Queen of Swords in reverse. There's wisdom to be integrated here from this connection when it comes to your shadows. And I feel like if this person does reach out to you specifically, I would highly consider having that conversation of accountability, you know, at the very least. So we have the Death card in reverse, a rebirth. And then we have of your value, you know, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. If you decide to ignore this message, these messages, and you don't have to take them, like I'm saying, you do not have to take them, you have free will, but there's a willful ignorance to a new start if you decide to move forward in a different direction, because I feel like it's becoming so prevalent. It's like, again, Spirit is just like, I'm giving you clarity on a silver platter. You know what I'm saying? And so like, yeah, it's coming in. The Three of Wands. It's literally, it's on its way. It's been decided. And the Ten of Swords in reverse. It's just about being able to release the past. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have Six of Pentacles. This is going to be equal exchange. This is going to be finally fair. I feel like this is going to be really healing for you to be able to receive what you feel like you deserve and not have to fight for it. To have somebody come forward, to take accountability, to show up the way that you deserve to have them show up. Then we have Five of Swords in reverse. It's like putting the battle down. The Five of Swords upright is like somebody trying to prove that they're right, prove their position, you know? And I feel like it's very fair to be like, I don't want to fucking prove anything anymore. And this is probably why you created the boundary in the first place, you know? But yeah, it's like this person sees, it took time. They had to go on their own healing journey because they were refusing to see the gift that you were in their life, you know? But now it's like this person sees it very fucking clearly. They feel very left out by the fact that there was a breakup or whatever it was, because we have the Hierophant and the Five of Pentacles. But now it's like they, with this clarity, they're coming in as the King of Pentacles and they're coming in with the Ten of Cups. They're trying to give, that's the full picture. That's the money, the stability, and they're trying to come with like emotional fulfillment. What's that? It's like this person is almost intimidated by your level of intuition because they feel like, what's the point of even having the fucking conversation? You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like there's been some maybe things in the past where one, you had to like, I feel like this person might have tried to gaslight you out of your intuition in the past. You had to prove that to like validate your own intuition, which goes kind of with this whole proving yourself thing, which caused a lot of obviously issues. And like you know, like you had to create boundaries for yourself because that you needed to validate yourself. You were building your own foundation. This was a catalyst in that as well. But it's like this person is almost intimidated by your resilience, but they don't want you to have that resilience when it comes to your love connection. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be able to relax into your feminine, which I know is a completely different vibration than what you guys were in before. And I think that's why this person is like, has been in deep contemplation about this, because they're trying to figure out what is the thing that I can say or do that is going to prove to them that, you know, I've changed. Literally, as our Six of Wands, they really want you to recognize them. They want you to see that they have changed. They want you to physically see it. They want to either do something for you, or they just want to say the right thing. They want to be recognized for a divine masculine and not like for the other shit that they were in, you know? But I feel like this is what's taking so long, and they know that you know, but it also kind of contributes to them not wanting to say anything because I don't know, it's like hard to get to surprise you. It's hard to like prove anything to you because you have a knowing. I think that sometimes they feel like this works against them or works against you because you being so like 2 steps ahead, it makes it hard for you to be present in the moment. Yeah, I feel like this is probably what contributed towards not you being knowing, but I feel like there was an issue with the connection last time, and it was because you needed to be strong in your own foundation, validate your own intuition. You didn't need that other person to validate you, but this person also had to know and respect your knowing and your intuition. I feel like at one point they were very intimidated by your intuition, but I think that, I don't know, it's kind of giving two things right now, because it's like this person could be a little bit intimidated on like, how do I come in knowing that this person knows I'm probably coming in, but then also it kind of gives them relief as to like, I don't know, that they're not completely starting over, like you have a inkling of this, but how do they show up differently than what you know of them in the past, you know? That's like the question. So that's what's making I can't make it. They're moving so fucking slow. Like the Knight of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. They are almost dissatisfied with themselves at how slow they're moving towards this. But also there's a certain level of persistence and, like I said, focus. Like, and again, we have the Dark Horse popping out here, you know, with the slowest moving, but there is a focus on you. It's like very pinpointed. And also just looking at this, it's pinpointed at this orange color, your sacral, your womb. They're like, that is my person. That is a signal that I'm feeling this. Like it's, I don't know if you guys are supposed to like work on something together, create something together. I don't know if you guys are supposed to have a baby together or something, but the womb space is very, specifically like a point of concentration for that person, whether they know it, you know, consciously or subconsciously. Judgment, and then the King of Swords in reverse. Yeah, they had to face their judgment. I think in the past they might have had like a third party thing. They tried to gaslight you. You were in the know about this third party, because we have the King of Swords in reverse. That's very gaslighty, you know what I'm saying, using their mind and their intelligence as like, you know, like they're invalidating your intuition. And then there was also the Ace of Swords in reverse. It's like that was their downfall, leaning so much into their intellect and not actually respecting or knowing how powerful your womb and your intuition was. They played themselves, basically. And we have the third party energy in the background. You know, the Three of Cups in reverse. So then, yeah, we have now the King of Cups and the Nine of Swords. It's almost like they had to first forgive themselves. And I feel like that is what they're coming forward to reveal to you, to take accountability for. Because they're ready to release this, all of this, you know what I'm saying? That is what's going to be coming forward, is this accountability, confession kind of conversation. And then we have the Two of Cups. I do think that this collective, we have I'm literally getting chills all over, like the Two of Cups, Three of Swords. This is giving forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? I do think that this collective has the capacity to forgive, because what this person didn't understand from the beginning, and probably what you told them, and they didn't believe it because they had their own self-worth issues, they had their own issues with receiving love, is that if they would have just kept it real with you from the beginning, it would have went differently. You know what I'm saying? But they couldn't keep it real. They had to lie to you. They had to gaslight you. They had to try to convince you of something that you know in your heart and your body, you know? And so that's why Spirit was like, okay, we got to call judgment on this. And you had to, you got the inkling to call judgment. It probably ended very suddenly. And this is probably why there's always been this longing or this reconnecting feeling of coming back to each other, because there were things left unsaid and loose ends. And obviously this is a very strong soul connection, you know? So yes, then we have the Six of Pentacles. So equal give and take from there. It's like understanding each other's, like, actually seeing each other, you know. So we have the Chariot is upright in reverse. With the Chariot in reverse. It's just a matter of time, you know. I feel like there's still... I feel like this is coming sooner than later, though, because Spirit is, like, on it. They're, like... The messages are so clear. I feel like they're busy. They want to give this connection the time and attention that it needs. I think that they're thinking about a lot of possibilities, a lot of things. How can I do this? What's the best way to do it? Da, 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 da. And so it's causing this like hold up. But the Chariot, once it turns up right, once the wheel turns, it's going to happen very quickly. And so I feel like Spirit is kind of giving this collective a heads up, because once this happens, I feel like your reality is going to change very fast. The Empress. They're trying to get you, I feel like they're trying to get you pregnant. I really feel that. Like, I really feel like you guys are supposed to be creating something together. I don't know if it's a project. I don't know. It's giving fertility, though. And this person is so focused on your womb and, like, the desire for you that I don't know if I don't know. Spirit, is that what's going on? We have the Emperor and the Empress. I feel like you guys are supposed to create something together. I feel like this could be a child trying to come through. You can't make that. Like, you literally can't make it up. You literally can't make it up. Your own fears and anxieties will keep you from receiving the love that you've always wished for, the love that you've always desired. And then we have Justice and the Hermit. You guys have both already gone through your Hermit modes. You guys have gone through this really difficult integration process. You know, you guys are, or this is where you're at right now, but it's like you guys have been developing on your own, but together in the 5D, you know. This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Like, yes, Spirit is saying, I think a baby or something is going to come through. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I can't. Definitely. I can't even. And I don't hate to say it because that's such a beautiful thing, but Ace of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, that is like very desired, lustful energy. And then we have the Ace of Wands, that's like BDE energy. This person is trying to come in and start a family with you. I feel like that's why it couldn't happen. I mean, so many other reasons as to why it wasn't happening. We had the Seven of Wands in reverse. And so I feel like maybe you guys had discussions about this. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys talked about this previously, but it wasn't going to happen in those circumstances the way that it was, because you weren't able to be in your full feminine energy to be able to receive and rest the way that a divine feminine deserves to rest when they're literally being a fucking portal for the world. You know what I'm saying? Because we have Four Swords in reverse, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So it's like you were spiritually protected from this so that you could rest into your femininity, heal your womb space, and there's going to be a divine child that comes through because you are doing the healing work on your womb space. And that is why there's such a focus on this womb and sending the signal out. You know what I'm saying? I've been feeling, there's been a few readings. You could go back to my YouTube, like I don't remember exactly which one it is, but I did say a couple of times like a spirit baby is trying to come through. I kept picking up on a spirit baby or a divine couple, something like that. So I think a lot of people are going through this kind of like love thing right now with their divine partners, because there's so many reasons as to why. The womb space holds so much trauma and ancestral lines. Healing the womb space is one mission. Being able to heal yourself is another mission, right? And then also being able to birth a divine child and raise it without the same traumatic patterns and karmic patterns, and breaking those karmic lessons in the lineage is so healing. Like, you guys as souls came here, I feel like, to birth specifically. Like, if you think about like how much like perfect shit has to go down to make sure that a child is born healthy and beautiful, and it happens all the time. That's why it's like I think a gift that's overlooked, you know. But so much like has to happen. If you think about like the journey of this particular couple, think about how you guys have gone through so much shit just to, I don't know, in the future, if you guys do have a child, just to have that child be born, you know what I'm saying? And then who knows who that child will become, what mission they'll be on. But you having gone through and breaking through all these karmic cycles and facing each other's shadows and like really being in divine love, you know what I'm saying? Really holding that frequency and being able to pass these codes down to your children. Like, that is so healing for the collective, you know? So there's also a lot of opposition to that if you think about it in the grand scheme of things, you know? I did say I was going to pull a Kali Ma card. See, these cards are intense. Sorry, I'm going to read the guidebook. Kali Ma. Kali Ma. Also, when you see Kali Ma, you see her divine counterpart. She's always standing above him. She always has her foot over him, and not this overly dominating way. It's just the natural order of things. The feminine leads in certain spaces, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if there are some cards in this deck that show both counterparts on here. But we're gonna see, what does Kali Ma want to share with the collective for this divine union, or this whatever. Krishnu, the masculine card comes out, which is interesting because there are only a few. Like I said, most of them are Kali Ma cards. All of them are usually her symbols, you know. And then we have the Kundalini that shows the masculine and the feminine. But this one is specifically focused on the masculine, which this reading has been all about their thought process and like what they're dealing with coming through. This is number 41, so number 41 could be significant. 14, this is Krishnu. Let's see, 41 says, okay, we're gonna get into it because these are heavy cards. There is a spiritual intelligence within your soul. It is the genius of becoming, of ripening from potential into glorious manifestation. Intimate communion with your own heart will reveal what it is you truly yearn for, and set for the process to be in motion for that yearning to be satisfied. The holy fire is Kali, and she is within your soul. Follow the yearning, seek the light, let yourself burn bright for what inspires you, and you shall see the path to fruition clearly before you. Believe in what is meant to be. The name Krishnu translates to "you are fire." Agni is the two-headed deity of fire and a potent symbol of supernatural power. On the physical level, fire generates light and heat to cook food, thereby representing both transformation and nourishment of the life force. The inner digestive fires that metabolize food and allow us to gain nutrients represent the inner nourishment of fire and symbolize the soul's need to digest our life experience for spiritual growth. Fire can create purification for regeneration, such as that seen in a forest after it simultaneously burns away old growth and stimulates new seeds. In that sense, it is also the power of ripening, of bringing something from an idea to a potential into fruition and fulfillment of innate purpose. On a spiritual level, fire attracts the soul, helping it find its way through darkness towards warmth and light. The life-enhancing and alchemical properties of fire transform physical materials as well as the subtle body of the soul. The appearance of Krishnu in a reading indicates the tremendous potential for personal transformation and spiritual growth. You may feel like you are struggling, but your soul is actually gaining strength. You may desire or what you may desire may seem so far beyond your current reach, yet the oracle indicates your inner potential for tremendous accomplishment. My words, geez Louise. The Hindu text says that Agni exists not only as fire, but as the lightning and the sun itself. Lightning is a symbol for sudden illumination that emerges unexpectedly, often in the midst of a tremendous psychological or emotional storm. In that sense, Agni is the power to see with clarity. Such a powerful and seeing sight can be intense enough, and it's intense enough to uproot a stubborn psychological pattern permanently. This is one reason why Kali is known as the first of 7 tongues of Agni, the divine fire. The jolt of her uprising wisdom, the severity of her suddenly bestowed clarity can burn down the house we have built. We can no longer sustain a comfortable delusion. We must become honest with ourselves and change our approach to a situation based on the new information available. There is a temporary loss in order to gain freedom to grow on all levels. As the sun, Agni represents the light that ends the darkness. Yet Kali, the divine mother of dark grace, is the first of tongues in divine fire. This is the key to Kali's mysteries. It differentiates her from the concept of darkness as an evil or obstructive force against our spiritual awakening. Kali leads us into darkness to free us, not to impede our progress. She destroys in order to create, not to annihilate. In that sense, her divine darkness is light. This is the mystery of Kali and why we can trust her so implicitly, understanding that sometimes it is only through moving through darker times that we become aware of what is needed to live in more light. Just a couple more paragraphs, okay? As the tongue of fire, Kali Krishna consumes all offerings. She is the divine capacity to receive our prayers, our pains, our craziness, and our graceful heroism. She receives it all. Not only she receives it, but as fire she transforms the offering so it can nourish, heal, and revitalize and purify the soul. This is divine feminine alchemy. We talked about that, coming back for that emotional alchemy. Kali is the divine alchemist, and because she is a tantric goddess, talking about the sacral, if we even offer her our most broken and messed up selves with a sense of reverence and humility, she will accept the offering and manifest grace from it. There is a deeper purpose to making an offering, the opening of a channel between ourselves and the divine. The divine doesn't need to be cajoled into loving or wanting to help us. It is the human that needs help dragging the mind away from the fixation of what is wrong into the openness and the presence that allows the divine grace to flow for us to receive it. While the offering appears to be about what we are giving, it is enabling the capacity to receive. Ooh, let that sink in. It may seem like offerings are tokenistic, but a true offering is very hard to give. It is a hard give because it requires that we shift our presence, our state of mind and being. The more we do this, the greater our offering. It matters less what the form of our offering is, but more how it affects us internally. The Oracle of Krishna brings the message that whatever you need and desire you can have. However, you must be prepared to enter into the sacred fire to make the appropriate offering. When we choose to make the supreme offerings of ourselves to Kali, we are fully received and thus activate the flow of grace in our lives for the spiritual benefit of all. The Oracle asks you to shift from focusing on what isn't working to immersion into the Divine Mother's heart. All then can be resolved and shall manifest according to her loving grace. Beautiful. That covered a lot of things that we talked about, actually. It feels like this masculine is understanding that you are a channel and a connection to the divine, and they're making their offering. They're coming humbly, accountably, you know what I'm saying? All of those things coming to you because they've also done their work. They've already went to the divine. They've had their breakthrough moment, talked about a breakthrough moment of clarity, and they're coming with an offering. just how an empress should be approached, right? With an offering of accountability. It doesn't have to be a physical offering. It could be, that is a gift. They're offering their heart. They're offering their truth. They're offering their authenticity. They're wanting to be recognized and seen for their soul and the transformation that they've gone through now that they put themselves through their own fire. Now that they've faced their judgment and they can see clearly, you know? And so, and the same process goes for you on an individual level by yourself. You have to be willing and open to receive. So that is a beautiful way to wrap up the reading. I feel like those cards always take a lot out of me because they're so intense. But I will be posting this later. Thank you guys for tuning in. And if you'd like a personal, everything can be found in the link in my bio. And I hope that you're able to receive the love that you deserve. Okay? Talk to you guys.